Hey boys and girls, it's Mr. Dobie, and today's mini lesson is going to focus on characters acting differently in different situations. So one of the last mini lessons that I did with you came from the story A Crazy Day with Cobras. And the part of the story that I read to you talked about Penny the Penguin, and accidentally there was a spell that was put upon her. So what the kids are going to have to do now is kind of figure out a way that they're going to be able to reverse the spell. So before I start reading any more of chapter 1, I want to talk to you about a couple of things. I want you to take a look at this chart, and I want you to pay attention to when one of the characters does or says something that's unusual or unexpected, and that character is going to be Annie. All right, and then I want you to think about, what does this reveal or show about Annie in the story? All right, are you surprised about how she acted? And then finally, the third thing is, I want you to think about Mr. Dobie and when he's stopping and jotting. And then I told you it's going to be talking about Annie, and then I'm going to give you the reason why I was kind of surprised she acted the way that she did. All right, so here we go. Again, this is going to be a little snippet from chapter 1. And I want you to focus in on Annie. And I want you to think, does she react the way you think she would react? Where do we look? Asked Annie. We've never done research, said Teddy. And we think we have to go back almost 400 years and visit one of the great moguls in India. Great moguls, said Annie. Yes, they are the rulers who ruled India's Mughal Empire, said Teddy. One of them had the largest collection of precious gems in the whole world, and his stonecutters cut many of his jewels into the shape of leaves and flowers, said Kathleen. Perfect, said Annie. Our research says he often gave gifts of his precious gems to visiting ambassadors, said Teddy. And you'll have to pretend to be an ambassador. And I'm afraid, Annie, you'll have to pretend to be a boy again, said Kathleen. In Mughal India, girls were not allowed to show their faces in public. No problem, said Annie. I'm getting used to it. Wow. I was kind of surprised. Even though we just started reading chapter 1, we don't know a lot about Annie, but that is not the way that I thought she was going to react. I kind of thought she'd make a big deal about it, not want to dress up like a boy, put up a fuss, but no, she didn't. All right, so to me, it showed something about Annie. All right, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop and jot. So to me, and I'm going to follow this shows Annie. And the word that came to mind for me is level-headed. All right, I think she was pretty level-headed at that point in the story, because she didn't make a big deal out of nothing. You know, she knew what she needed to do. All right, and the reason she's being so level-headed is because they're going to have to go on a mission. And the reason is because she wants to reverse the spell on Penny the Penguin. So she knows that if she doesn't cooperate and she doesn't dress up like a boy and become an ambassador, that more than likely they're not going to be able to reverse the spell on Penny. So Annie is really level-headed. She thinks things out, and I think it shows that she's the kind of person that is going to do what they need to do in order to get things done. All right, so that is just an example of what I'd like you to do when you're reading and you find that a character is acting a little differently than you thought they would. So pay attention to it, ask what it reveals about that character, and then I want you to stop and jot. All right, boys and girls, it's your turn. You give it a try. Good luck.